Ivrea is a town and comune of the metropolitan city of Turin in the Piedmont region of northwestern Italy. Situated on the road leading to the Aosta Valley, it straddles the Dora Baltea and is regarded as the center of the Canavese area. Ivrea lies in a basin that in prehistoric times formed a large lake. Today 5 smaller lakes, Sirio, San Michele, Pistono, Nero and Campagna, are found in the area around the town. History: Ivrea and its surroundings have been inhabited since the Neolithic era. The Celts are believed to have had a village in Ivrea from around the 5th century BC. However, the town first officially appears in history as an outpost of the Roman Empire founded in 100 BC, probably built to guard one of the traditional invasion routes into northern Italy over the Alps. Its Latin name was Aosta. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, Ivrea became the seat of a duchy under the Lombards. Under the Franks, Ivrea was a county capital. In the year 1001, after a period of disputes with Bishop Warmond, ruler of the city, Ardwin conquered the March of Ivrea. Later he became king of Italy and began a dynasty that lasted until the 11th century, when the city fell again under the bishop's sovereignty. In the 12th century Ivrea became a free commune, but succumbed in the first decades of the following century to the rule of Emperor Frederick II. Later Ivrea was disputed between the bishops, the Marquisate of Monferrato and the House of Savoy. In 1356 Ivrea was acquired by Amadeus VI of Savoy. With the exception of the brief French conquest at the end of the 16th century, Ivrea remained under the House of Savoy until 1800. It was a subsidiary title of the King of Sardinia, although the only Marquis of Ivrea was Benedetto of Savoy. On May 26, 1800, Napoleon Bonaparte entered the city along with his victorious troops, establishing control that ended in 1814 after his fall. During the 20th century its primary claim to fame was as the base of operations for Olivetti, a manufacturer of typewriters, mechanical calculators, and, later, computers. The Olivetti Company no longer has an independent existence, though its name still appears as a registered trademark on office equipment manufactured by others. In 1970 about 90,000 people lived and worked in the Ivrea area. The Arduino electronic platform was created in Ivrea, and takes its name from the historical figure of Arduin of Italy. Main sites: Castle of Ivrea, built during the reign of Amadeus VI of Savoy. It has a quadrangular plan in brick with 4 round towers at the corners. In 1676, a tower, used as an ammunition store, exploded after being struck by lightning. It was never rebuilt. Once a prison, the castle today houses exhibitions. Cathedral of Ivrea, which originated from a church here, built in 4th century at the site of a pagan temple. Around 1000 AD, it was reconstructed by Bishop Warmond in Romanesque style. Of that edifice the 2 bell towers, some columns, and the frescoed crypt remain. The latter houses an ancient Roman sarcophagus which, according to tradition, preserves the relics of St. Bessis. In 1785, it was rebuilt again in a Baroque style. The current neoclassical facade was built in the 19th century. One of the old frescoes of the interior is the A Miracle of the Blessed Pierre de Luxembourg. The sacristy has 2 altarpieces by Defendant A. Ferrari. The cathedral also houses the tomb of Blessed Thaddeus McCarthy. The Biblioteca Capitolare, near the cathedral, houses an important collection of codices from the 7th–15th centuries. Church and Convent of San Bernardino, small Gothic church built by the Minorites starting from 1455. It houses a cycle portraying the life and passion of Christ by Giovanni Martino Spanzati. The Museum Pier Alessandro Garda has some interesting archaeological findings and a collection of Japanese art pieces. It is located on the large Piazza Ottinetti. The open-air Museum of Modern Architecture, inaugurated in 2001, is a show of the main edifices built by Olivetti from the 1950s onwards. The remains of a 1st-century Roman theatre, located west of the city centre. It could hold 10,000 spectators. The old bridge dates back to AD 100 and leads over to Borghetto. Originally constructed of wood, it was rebuilt in stone in 1716. The town hall, built in 1758. It has a bell tower decorated with hemp plants, the symbol of Canavese. St. Stephen Tower, dating from the 11th century. This Romanesque bell tower is the remains of St. Stephen Abbey, built in 1041 by the Benedictine order. It is located between Hotel Licera and Dora Baltea. Church of San Gaudenzio. Culture. There are two main festivals in Ivrea, both celebrated during Catholic festivity but both rooted in more ancient cities' traditions. One is the Carnival, its main celebrations taking place 40 days before Easter. The other is the patronal festival of Saint Savinio, celebrated the week of July 7th. During the latter festivity, a horse fair takes place with a carriage exhibition and horse shows. Battle of the Oranges. The core celebration of Ivrea Carnival centers around the Battle of the Oranges. This involves some thousands of townspeople, divided into 9 combat-on-the-ground teams, who throw oranges at tens of card-based teams, with considerable violence during the last 3 fat carnival days, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. The carnival takes place 40 days before Easter and it ends on the night of Fat Tuesday with a solemn ceremony that involves a funeral in honor of the concluded carnival. A mugnea is chosen among the citizens' spouses. The legend has that a miller's daughter once refused to accept the right of the local duke to spend a night with each newlywed woman and chopped his head off. Today the carriages represent the Duke's Guard and the orange throwers the revolutionaries. People wearing a red hat will not be considered part of the revolutionaries, and therefore will not have oranges thrown at them. The origin of the tradition to throw oranges is not well understood, particularly as oranges do not grow in the foothills of the Italian Alps and must be transported from Sicily. In 1994 an estimate of 265,000 kilograms of oranges were brought to the city, mainly coming from the leftovers of the winter crop in southern Italy. Sport. The town's football club, Aosta Ivrea, currently plays in Promozione Piemonte. The Ivrea Rugby Club plays in C1 Piemontese. Twin towns. Ivrea is twinned with Radorti, Romania, Munthi, Switzerland, Lüneburg, Germany.